All right. Welcome back to Currency 365. Okay, so let's get to it. I got two Iraq videos coming. One on this channel, the one I'm doing right now, and then there will be another one on the backup channel. Had some problems today, got locked out where I'm at, and had to call on the big man from upstairs to get back in, and I'm so glad he showed me a way to get back in. I didn't even think of this option, but God is good. But anyways, so I'm back. I'm here, and let's get to this. So this is the Prime Minister Abadi receives a phone call from the U.S. President Donald Trump, and this is Red Star posted this, and he says, "Read the last paragraph. Interesting." This was after the phone call from Donald Trump. Okay, so this is basically a small paragraph of main topics of what Abadi and Donald Trump were talking about in their phone conversation. I'm pretty sure it's about the victory of Mosul and also reconstruction and other things. But let's go ahead and read this thing. And it's from July 11th, which was yesterday, 2017. His Excellency Prime Minister Dr. Hadir al-Abadi received a telephone call from U.S. President Donald Trump, who congratulated him on the great victories achieved by the Iraqi forces in liberating the city of Mosul. Okay, it's kind of interesting that not Donald Trump, but Abadi didn't do the things that we wanted him to do. Like he didn't want to talk to the media. And eventually he did a pre-recorded video with the troops telling the world that it is liberated, and he didn't plant the flag like we thought. So this is how we know. This is by far we know that they're either watching the Dinar community or they're listening to the Dinar community. There's no if buts, and there's we have so much proof that these people are actually listening and watching the Dinar community, okay? Because all the things that they are going to do, when we talk about it, they go and change it up and they do something different every time. And it's been like this for 2-3 years since we've been on YouTube, and I'm not talking about just me, I'm talking about the Dinar community, right? So it's very it's weird because you would think that they wouldn't, we're very, very small fry compared to the rest of the world. I mean, we're not even close to 1% of the world, right? We're like 0.00000001 to that are even interested in Dinar and interested in Iraq, right? So the fact that they're listening and watching us, and the fact that Abadi refused to plant the flag, but he planted the other flags, but he didn't plant the flag. He was refusing to even make a statement to the media, and that's what we were all watching for and waiting on. So he doesn't want to do what we tell him to do, okay? And like I said, he doesn't have to. But the fact that he's not doing it, and and they're pushing him to do it, and he doesn't want to do it, tells you that they're listening to us, or they're watching the Dinar community, okay? So that's a fact. And a lot of you guys are now saying that. So a lot of you guys weren't saying that a year or two ago, but a lot of you guys are now saying that there's somebody, many people in Iraq are watching the Dinar community, and that is a fact, okay? Because we've seen so many coincidence over and over again. It's like somebody's watching us, or somebody's listening to the Dinar community. Hey, it is what it is. And like I said, they're allowed to do whatever they want. It's their country, it's their money, it's their life. You know what I mean? But I just think it's really fun. I really do think it's funny. Now, some of you guys could still disagree with me, and that's fine as well. Either way, we all have the same goal. Let's get to that goal, which is Iraq being on the international stage with no restrictions, with free capital flow of their money, and putting purchasing power for their citizens, and bringing in the world for reconstruction, and allowing us to be able to exchange out of the dinar, and the dinar going back into the Federal Reserves, right? So that's basically what we're all looking for. And then also for those that are on the ISX, those that are going to be coming into Iraq to do business. You guys are all waiting for that. You got people are waiting for the oil, all the oil investments some of you guys have in Iraq. All of that stuff, we're all waiting on that. So Iraq, come on, let's go. Donald Trump congratulates the impressive victories by Iraqi forces in liberating the city of Mosul. He expresses respect and appreciation for the courage of the Iraqi leadership and fighters, noting that the stories of the great victory of the battle are echoing now in the cities of the world. For his part, Prime Minister Abadi expresses expression for the international support provided to Iraq in the face of terrorism and stressed the importance of mobilizing all factors to accelerate the completion of the liberation of the rest of the Iraqi territories and end the presence of Daesh terror gangs. Okay, so basically Rawa, Hawaji, Telahar, however you want to say it, and Qaim. Okay, so those are still places that are still left to be done. But Mosul signifies the liberation, right, to the world, because that's all they know. The world doesn't know those other places. Okay, and one thing Red Star did say was that he believes that those other places need to be done before we see anything. And that's fine. That's that's logical. It's logical. Now, back in the day, a couple years ago, I did, we did ask, people to pray about it, and many people came to me and said that it was going to the revaluation would happen while we were still battling in war. So this is a sign that Mosul is a sign of liberation, but we're still battling in war. So in those other places, right? So this would be a great time for a revaluation, especially as the this reset that a lot of people are talking about, including myself. I'm not going to say I'm not talking about it, but I really haven't been talking about it as much. I'm just waiting on this revaluation because I know that's going to kick off the humanitarian fundings, right? And also this like Kenneth Story said, the reset is dealing with the cryptocurrencies as well. So the crypto boom is happening, and of course right now is June and July, which is a crypto bloodbath, right? But going into August, we'll be booming again, of course, and the revaluation of several currencies is part of this resetting the globe, right? So the cryptos are resetting the globe of how we do business with monetarily, right? And so will the currencies of these several different countries, emerging markets that are coming out, right? So that's also part of the reset of the way we're doing business around the world. Gold, silver are going to also explode inside of this resetting of the way we do business around the world. And Donald Trump made it clear. We all want he wants to go back to the gold standard. We're going to see silver explode. We're going to see gold explode. This is all part of the reset. This is all part of the wealth transfer reset of the way we do business around the world. That's all it is. It's nothing guru-like. It's nothing, oh my God, it's nothing like that. All it is the way it's changing the way we do business around the world and bringing back things that should be brought back and stopping countries from cheating the world as well. Because those emerging markets are cheating. They're and gold and silver are being superly highly suppressed. And so this reset brings those out, those minerals and those assets and gold and silver out of that suppression. That's all it is. And that's the time we're living in now, is where things that are suppressed are no longer going to be suppressed. Okay? And things that are cheating the world are no longer going to be able to cheat the world. That's all it is. Okay? So hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody there. But that's all the reset is. It's that things that are cheating the world will no longer cheat the world, and things that are oppressing or being oppressed will no longer be oppressed. Okay? And then going even deeper than that, we also know that in a couple of years, it's the end of the 400-year slavery for the Negro blacks, right? So that's all. This is all part of this reset of how things that are enslaved are going to be free. Things that are oppressed are going to be free. Things that are being suppressed by big banks and things are going to be free. That is that is what is called a reset. Okay, and that's all coming within these next 7 years. We're going to see all that happen. And so yeah, so just wanted to make that sure that's clear. And some people are probably still confused, but that's okay. Um, let's see here. Okay, I don't even know where I left off. Okay, he says, for his part, Prime Minister Abadi expresses appreciation for the international support provided to Iraq in the face of terrorism, and stressed the importance of mobilizing all factors to accelerate the completion of the liberation of the rest of Iraqi territory, and end the presence of Daesh. Okay, Prime Minister Abadi pointed out that the Iraqis made great sacrifices to liberate their country from the grip of terrorism, and that they are the ones who govern themselves and will not allow to anyone to overcome their sovereignty, country, and wealth. Okay, basically, he's basically trying to tell Donald Trump that, we know that we have to revalue, we have to return to the international stage, but let us do it on our, basically, let us have our sovereignty. You know what I mean? Don't come in and try to say, you're going to take over because we haven't done the things that you want us to do yet. Let us have our own sovereignty. We are a sovereign country, and we will give the wealth. We will give our people the wealth, right? So that's basically what he's trying to say there, without trying to say it. Iraqi Prime Minister clarified that despite the devastating war, control over Iraqi territory, and the destruction of vast areas by Daesh, Iraq continued to restore stability and the liberated areas in return of the IDPs. Okay. He says that, and to carry out the economic reforms necessary for the rising of our country and the management of wealth for the past period in favor of the Iraqi people, despite the sustaining the momentum of the battle. Okay, so Restar said read the last part, so that was the last part. I'll read it again. And to carry out the economic reforms. Now, the World Bank has already launched the financial reforms. Now we need the CBI to launch the economic reforms, which means launching the private sector. Launching the private sectors, all the private sectors, including the banking sector, okay, and revealing the new rate on the CBI site. And to carry out the economic reforms necessary for the rising of our country and the management of wealth for the past period in favor of the Iraqi people. All right, so it says management of wealth for the past period in favor of the Iraqi people. That sounds like back pay to me. That sounds like back pay to the Iraqi people. Oil revenue, back pay of oil revenues, herbal agreements, all the things, purchasing power, all the things that the Iraqi people should be enjoying right now. That's the things that he needs to give them in this when they launch the economic reforms. Despite sustaining the momentum of the battle. Okay, so there you go. One thing we need to keep in mind is that, remember, Abadi was the one who did not, he continued to say that we don't want to see any foreign fighters fighting in Mosul or anywhere else, really. And that was really a big holdup, because now it was a lie because we were still in there, but just him saying that was over and over and over and over again, until he finally, around January, said, yeah, okay, there's international forces in the ground, but they're not doing as much as my Iraqi troops. We're gonna get the credit. Okay, so there was tons and tons and tons of American troops and international troops in Iraq on the borders and everything, and they denied it as long as they could. We even told you guys that Obama was going to deny it, and then finally say yes. The American troops are in Iraq. A lot of them are in Iraq, and we're sending more. Okay, and some of you guys didn't believe that at that time. You thought Obama was telling the truth, and we said no, Obama's not telling the truth, and he's going to tell you that he's not telling the truth eventually. And that's exactly what he said. He said, "Look, American troops are in Iraq, and we're sending more." Okay. So yeah. So he finally confessed that, and but yeah, we all knew this, right? A lot of us knew it. Some of you guys didn't, and so you were sticking with the president at that time. But then you finally realized that there was so many American troops in Iraq, and people were seeing them all over the place, riding down Iraqi roads and Humvees, taking pictures and videos on Twitter, and there was just no way to deny it after that, right? And then here comes Iraqi Day, and and no one knows who Iraqi Day is, and we say, hey, I think this guy is a gem. I think this guy is he's unique, and so I'm going to start promoting him. And I even told you guys that people are going to laugh at the maps that were, the Nineveh Command Center map and the other maps, some of the other maps that we're using. But I guarantee you that by the end of Mosul, everybody on the internet that is in the Dinar community and these sites and these blogs are all going to use that Nineveh Command Center map and the other maps that we're using. And that's exactly what happened. Everybody was quoting Iraqi Day, and everybody was using the Nineveh Command Center map at the end of the day. See, we give value in things that nobody else gives value in, because we can see that when these things start to grow, you water the seed and then they grow, everybody gives value to it. Look at this guy right here. It's pretty important for the Dinar community now, right? What 2 years ago, or however long Red Star was on this channel, we were giving value to this guy when no one else was. And then all of a sudden, the whole Dinar community started giving value to this guy. Okay, so just think about that. So that's it. Yeah, I don't know where we go from here. We just have to continue to follow the economic reforms of Iraq. Everybody has their dates and timelines and stuff. I don't have a date for the IQD to revalue. All I'm saying is that for me, and now until 1118, we're going to be doing videos on Iraq, and then we're going to move on. Okay? And I pray to God, and I pray that this thing is over, in that time period. I want to see the Iraqi people have their purchasing power, and I want to see the rest of the world be able to move on and be able to come inside of Iraq and rebuild it and make it look beautiful. Okay? So that's what I hope to see within, between now and 1118. Nothing is guaranteed in life, and from there on, if we don't see anything, I will move on. And we'll get into stock markets, cryptocurrencies, world news, and just continue to move on. And maybe by that time, there'll be another phenomenon that's part of this wealth transfer reset that is going to come on the scene, and we'll be talking about that as well. Who knows? Because just a couple of years ago, who thought we were going to be talking about cryptocurrencies? So you never know what's next. So we'll keep moving on. But until then, we'll be focused on the CBI, and let's see if we get any news out of DC and what else comes out of there. So thanks to Red Star for this, and shout out to everybody that comments in the comment section. I will go over the comments and everything. Probably we'll do it tomorrow. We'll go through all the comments tomorrow of the last couple of days, and we'll see what you guys have been talking about. And so the Dinar community can also see it on video what you guys have been talking about. Peace out. God bless. Talk to you guys later. Subscribe, share, and like. And yeah, go through the storm. And when we go through the storm, the harvest will show up, and it will add interest to our struggles and to our pain and for the waiting that we have had to endure. Peace out. God bless. Bye.